So, story time. Today just wasn't my day for ice fishing. Let's call it my biggest fishing fail. So, it's Lake Joe opener. Do this every year. I haven't made a video because I didn't really worry about it because I'm always going after lake trout and I just don't care about the video and I just want to focus on myself, do my own fishing, right? So I was gonna make a video today. Wake up. So let's start for last night. So last night it snowed and snowed and snowed. It's supposed to get like 5-10 centimeters. No. More like a foot, like a foot and a half of snow we got in the morning. So because I was planning to leave at 4 o'clock in the morning to get a good parking spot. Well, that didn't happen either. So wake up 4 o'clock, check the weather, still snowing. Foot and a half of snow on the deck. So I was like, okay, probably gonna call this off. So I wait till about 11 o'clock, and it stops snowing. It's still windy. It's really, really windy. And I go out, shovel the driveway, plow the driveway, whatever you want to call it. Spend like an hour doing that because there's so much snow, and I have a pretty big driveway. Start the car, go get coffee, go get snacks, get propane, get everything ready to go. I got the hut, the heater, everything's in the car, all ready to go. Fresh gear. Get to Glen Orchard. I get the minnows, buy all that. So I go out. So I had to turn around. So I find a parking spot. It's in a different area that I didn't want to go on because I usually go in Foots Bay, but we're going Appian Way, and I'm talking about Lake Joseph. It's only open for like a month for ice fishing, pretty much. Like it's open more than that, but you can only fish it for pretty much like a month for ice fishing. So anyway, so yeah, I turn around, I look at the lake. It's just windy. You can't even see like 10 feet in front of you. It's like I'm talking about like 80-kilometer winds out there, and there's people. I didn't know there was other huts. I just saw one hut. That's all I see was one hut. So I was like, okay, but there's like a pile of cars, and like they must have been there at like 2 o'clock because they were like covered in snow. Like there was like 2 feet of snow on top of their cars. So anyway, so I turn around, I park, I have my smoke, whatever, and then I'm like, okay, let's do this. So I start pulling the sleigh, and I'm like, I can feel the weight of the sleigh because I must have not like I was out fishing the day before, and I had a bunch of slush under it. So I was like, okay, I'm like, this is gonna be pretty bad because like there's like a couple feet of snow on the ice. Okay, so we had a bunch of rain which melted all the slush before, and then it was just ice underneath. Then we just got all the snow. So we'll go out there, and it's just brutal, and I mean brutal. I had like a little panic attack, okay, which is not for me. Like that's never happened. So what? I'm trying to make a space. Like I only like my plan was to walk over like 5 kilometers. I got this huge plan. I'm planning this trip for months. Okay, so I get out there. I only walk like 200 feet out. Okay, took me like 10 minutes. 10 freaking minutes to do this. Okay, to get out there, 200 feet. Okay, and I get out there. I start like trying to push snow because there's like 2 feet of fucking snow on the ice. Sorry, pardon my language. 2 feet of snow on the ice, pretty much. Okay, trying to push snow, and underneath this is like ice. I'm slipping, sliding everywhere. And while I'm doing this, my face is all exposed. So I guess I have my toque on. And while I'm doing this, my face is all exposed. All over my face is frozen. My eyelids are freezing because the snow, like the snow is coming off the ice, shoving in my face. So I'm like, I couldn't see. And that like, I like, oh yeah, you couldn't see. I'm like, no, I literally couldn't see. Like my eyelids were frozen shut, my face. And like I said, I just had a smoke, right? So I walked out there. And so like after you have a smoke, it's hard to breathe kind of thing, right? So the wind is blowing in my face. And I'm trying to catch my breath. And I couldn't catch breath. I literally had to go like this to breathe. And like my heart was pumping. It was weird. I've never experienced something like that. But yeah, I had like a little small panic attack. And I tried to get things set up and try to get the snow. But every time I pushed the snow would come back and just blow back on my spot. Because I had to put the hut and drill it into the ice. So you're not just going to put your spikes down in the snow. It's not going to work. You're going to blow it. That's 6 spikes. I didn't even attempt it. I didn't even take anything out of the thing. Sorry, out of the sled. I just turned around and said, screw it. I'm not doing this. First time in the 3 years that we've been doing YouTube that I quit. I'm not quitting YouTube. I'm saying I gave up on fishing. I'm being a big baby about it. I know everybody's gonna be like, oh, you know, it was bad. I've never experienced something like that. But yeah. But I promise you, we're going back. We're not going back to that spot. We're gonna go back to Foots Bay and we're gonna get some Lakers. We're still on that Laker hunt. So, which comes to my next conclusion. Okay? My next conclusion here. Or not conclusion. My next thing I want to say. And that is, we are going to make a 3-part series of looking for a monster. And that is lake trout. That is pike. That is walleye. And that is crappie. And I don't fish anything else besides those 4 main fish. So, coming up with a series called Looking for a Monster. 3-part. So we're going to fish lake trout, crappie, all that stuff. I'll film a couple good size fish, but I'm only filming and only making the video if we get some big fish. So keep your eyes open for that because it's going to happen. And then we're going to do, I think now we're just going to focus on lake trout, walleye, and and pike. So stay tuned for all that. That is my story today. Sorry I didn't have a video that I wanted to do. Disappointed everybody. But I have a lot of ideas. A lot of. I know I always say I have a lot of ideas, and I go on and go on, and it comes, and I'm like, don't. But yeah, we're going to make that series. And then come spring, once all this ice melts, we're just going to focus on trout. That's all I'm going to focus on. All trout fishing, brook trout, and rainbows. All the way until pike opener, pike and walleye opener, and then it's just pike and walleye until bass opener, and then it's bass. But don't forget, we're going to do a lot of catfishing this year too. A lot of catfishing. So stay tuned. We got a lot more videos coming. See you guys later.